Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. I'm back, and today I'm going to bring you something just a little bit different from my usual accuracy tests and gun reviews and so on. I myself, I've only been doing any kind of real prepping or food prepping for about the last year, and it can get very expensive very quickly. And this is kind of a follow-up to a video that I did a little while ago. There's a channel out there called Cheap Outdoor Gear Reviews, and it's an awesome channel. I want you guys to check it out. I'll put the link in the bottom of this video. And in the video, the dude that hosts the channel had talked about how to do just a $20 prep, a simple $20 food prep that you can do to at least have something around if you don't do any prepping at all. Now, if you're not familiar with, food that you buy for prepping, a lot of it is, vacuum sealed and dried. It requires you to heat up some water and mix water with it. It's really not that complicated. But if you want something really simple, something that's food that you're kind of used to, now I'm not saying you should sustain yourself on this food all the time, but this is one of those cool little food packs that you could grab maybe for a camping trip, or if you just got a quick emergency and you got to run, or if you want some food that's going to be edible right out of the can and you don't know if you're going to have access to be able to heat water or whatever. This food package that we put together on the left-hand side is going to work out really well for you. So what you're going to need is just an empty kitty litter bucket. I get these at Sam's Club. I keep them because they stack and you can store stuff in them. I keep them a couple in the garage, not necessarily with food, but you can use them for storing things. It's easy to haul stuff around. They're very durable. You can recycle them when you're done with them. And they stack well and they don't take up a lot of space. So if you have a Sam's Club or a Costco, or if you can just get a hold of some similar shaped buckets with lids that you can stack, then you can start doing your own mini food preps. Now, you can get into the whole world of food prepping where you buy lots of dried grains and beans and rice and so on, and that's perfectly fine. You can go that route. You can vacuum seal it. You can get into this as much as you want to. But maybe if you're a little bit new to prepping and maybe you have zero food reserve sitting around your home, or you have nothing you could quickly grab and run if you had to, say, abandon your home, because you got to think, how am I going to feed myself if I got to leave, right? You could grab this bucket and simply go, and you're going to be happy, you're going to be comfortable, you're going to have food, okay? So you're going to need yourself a bucket, you're going to need just a Sharpie, and what I usually do is just write, food on the top of the bucket and on the front of the bucket. And what you want to do is you want to find an item that's in your prepping bucket, and whatever due date that is, in this case it's the beef ravioli that's going to expire in November of 2017, you want to put that single date on the top of this bucket. And that's going to be an indicator to you, or put it on the front of the bucket. That's going to be an indicator to you that you need to start rotating items out before that date. Do not eat canned food past the due date. You might say, well, my grandpa used to eat his Spam 2 months after the due date. This stuff's got about a 2-year shelf life, sometimes a 1-year shelf life. That's for a reason. We could discuss whether or not you should eat stuff past the shelf life. When it comes to canned stuff, I just don't like to chance it. So knowing what the first due date is going to be on your food items, then you'll know, oh, I got to rotate something out of there. And then you can just put it in your regular food rotation and you can go ahead and eat it, and you can replace it easily. Also, what you might want to do is just pick yourself up some of these dry silica gel packets. I got these from Amazon. You get 30 of them, and they're big 10-gram packets for like 12 bucks maybe. And it seems a little pricey, but I put them in my ammo boxes. I got a few in the gun vault and so on. Now this case is going to be, it's going to be relatively watertight. I mean, you can't submerge it, but it's going to keep out rain. It's going to keep out moisture for the most part. It's not going to be vacuum sealed, but anyway, it is a good storage device. Like I said, it's durable and stackable and so on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and transfer all the food on this side into this bucket over here. I'm probably going to put the grains and rice and so on the bottom so I can stack the cans on top, mainly because the grains and rice are kind of the bulkier items and they're going to take up more space. And things like beans and rice should be the priority in the bucket anyway, because that's where you're going to get your pure nutrition from, your carbohydrates and so on. So anyway, I will go ahead and do that, and when we come back here in a minute, I'm just going to show you what it looks like when I'm all done. And as you can see, this takes up a lot more space on the left than this does on the right. This is a significantly larger package, whereas this can be stacked and stored and it's easy to put away. So I'll drop a silica gel packet on the top of it. I'll close the lid. I'm going to write down the date of the first expiration date on the items in the box, and we will come back in a few minutes. Alright guys, so we're back. So it took me about 15 minutes of some creative packing, but we finally got it figured out for the most part. The only thing I absolutely could not fit in the bucket was the 5-pack of ramen. And I'm going to be honest with you, okay, this is good, this is tasty, we all lived on it in college. or in our adult life at one point or another. But it doesn't have a lot of, I guess you could say, nutritional value to it. It does have 5 grams of protein. It does have, 7 grams of fat and 3.5 grams of saturated, but it's also high in sodium. So I wanted to think, what's really going to make me, what's going to keep me fuller, I guess you could say, or what am I going to enjoy more? And so I went ahead and pulled out the ramen, and that left me ample space for everything else in there. I do have another 5-pack of ramen that's in the bucket though. I started off with 2. And again, this is not a huge bucket. It's just your standard issue cat litter bucket. So we got a little packet of silica gel in there. Everything else is ready to go. Expiration date, the only thing I was wrong with was the peanut butter expires November 2017. So I went ahead and put expiration 11/2017 PB. That is the first item that's going to go bad in the bucket. So I just need to know maybe next fall around August or so, I'll go ahead and pull out that jar of peanut butter, swap it out with another one. Just make another trip to Dollar Tree, and I'm good to go. So there you go. I've got myself a nice bucket that's good for at least a year. And some of those buckets that you buy, they're good for 10 years or 20 years and so on. Guys, we're looking at a $20 alternative here to somebody who maybe just doesn't have the ability to order or can't afford to spend a lot of money on their prepping buckets. Because a good prepping bucket's going to run you 75 or 80 bucks, maybe $100. If you look at one of those Mountain House buckets. And again, I do encourage you, go out there and look around on YouTube. There's some great prepper videos on how to buy stuff in bulk and store it, and how to prevent getting small insects from coming alive in your dry food and so on. But again, just kind of a budget prep. Okay, 20 bucks. Again, go check out Cheap Outdoor Gear Review, because he's got an awesome channel with all kinds of great ideas. Shows you how to do a $5 prep, a $10 prep, a $15 prep, and so on. So this little $20 bucket is something I might grab. Say we're going to go on the road for a week, or maybe we're going to do like a little timeshare or something, and we just want some food to have around the house, or I've got a hotel at the kitchenette, or just a general emergency. I got a bucket ready to go. So there you go, guys. I want to thank you for watching. Please check out the channel on Twitter and Instagram, as well as Facebook. You can find all the information about the channel on there. That'll be located in the box below in this video. Also check out Cheap Outdoor Gear Review. And I think that pretty much wraps it up, guys. So once it dries up a little bit outside, we're still melting all this snow. We'll be heading out to the range, and we'll take the M1 SOCOM out there, M1A SOCOM edition, and we'll put some rounds through that and just see how accurate I can actually be with it. But until then, guys, I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe, and we will talk to you soon. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.